If you follow me on Instagram, you may have saw recently when I put on my story about a very secret project I'm working on with Steyr Cycles. Steyr Cycles are a very small hand-built bike company here in East London, actually in Leytonstone, which is essentially just where I live. It's about 4 minutes that way. They make these incredible, basically gravel, road and everything in between bikes, all hand-built, all round the corner, and they are stunning. Recently, while I was hanging out at the workshop talking about the secret project, which I'm going to keep saying secret project, I'm not going to give you anything else, we were talking about retro bikes and kind of the things I do and kind of what I've been doing recently, and one of the things that popped up was disc tabs on mountain bikes. And we were talking about the fact that it's actually kind of one of those weird things where it's actually quite hard to do because you kind of need to know someone, and more often than not you need to be near them as well. So long story short, we have an idea of how to make it easier for people to do it, but before we do that, talk about that, I'm going to get some more tabs put on another bike. The bike in question is my Scott Impulse. This bike I built up last year that I used for riding Ride London, which was 100 miles road ride. So it was a 26-inch mountain bike. I decided to ride on road, and to be honest, it was amazing. Very, very comfortable. The geometry of this frame is really, really nice, like all retro mountain bikes, and it was sick. I absolutely adored it, and I rode it a lot after that as well, and then I decided I wanted to do something else with it, and I took it apart, and then it just sat in a shed for a while, which if you're a long-term follower, that happens a lot. What I've decided to do with it, if you've seen my last big build, which is the Saracen Andes, that I built that for my group ride. It's a kind of all-terrain mountain bike type build, big chunky tires, and it is unbelievable. But I love it so much, I want to ride it more. And as I do a lot more road riding and spend a lot of time in the central London, I decided I'm putting some slicks on it, and I'm actually now using it for commuting mainly. So I need a new mountain bike. I need something that's going to be agile, nice geometry, big chunky tires, but most importantly, it needs disc brakes.
130 or 135? Enough to sort of space.
So it's about that. That's so cool.
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Good weird though.
Good weird. Whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good weird. Well, let's make it fit, and then we can braze it up.
Amongst all the cool things that they do over at Steyr, one of the things they do, which is particularly cool, is they do a frame building course. Essentially, you can turn up for a week usually, and you can build a frame. I asked Sam about whether you needed kind of any skills. I was wondering, maybe for myself, but like, you know, what's the basics you kind of need? And he told me a little bit about it.
Learning how to lay down a half decent fillet braze, or do something functional and passable, and certainly more than enough to be able to complete the frame build, and also ride your bike for a good number of years.
Yeah.
Certainly. I mean, say it sort of helps to have a little bit of experience in making things. It kind of does, but then you honestly, we've had people who've not really made anything before come and do it, and we still get through.
Yeah.
You're not coming to learn to be a frame builder. You're coming for a week to go through the process of building a bike with some very specific help. Go through the process of learning the very basics of holding and using a gas torch to kind of nicely wrap up a frame.
Yeah.
From that perspective, it's designed so that anybody can walk off the street and do it.
And when it comes to the actual designing of the actual bikes themselves, like, can you come in and see, like, this is the sort of bike that I want to build, or is there like a set kind of an idea of like this is the sort of build? No.
Well, you have to bear in mind you've only got a certain amount of time to do it in. We limit to just the frame, so there's no fork build or other parts builds that will take place during the week.
Yeah.
Although we have had people come and they say, well, we want a fork as well, so we've kind of made the majority of that fork beforehand, and then maybe they'll do the brazens or something.
Fair.
We've also had people with larger projects who want to incorporate that into the kind of 101 teaching format with some kind of guidance and working out exactly how to sort of go about doing it. They've because we do 2 students per week, so it's quite kind of one-to-one. With that kind of larger project sort of scenario, they've taken both spots. So we're very specifically, in a sense, helping you and guiding through the process of making whatever weird thing you happen to be making. And there are some weird things. But no, essentially, if you're just looking for anything that you can consider to be a bicycle, then you should be able to, and you're happy to be building it out of steel in a fillet brazed manner, and with some kind of boundaries on the amount of intricacies that might be involved in that, then no, we can pretty much do it. For us, it's super nice to, I mean, I've probably described this to you before, it breaks up our time. It gives us input from other places, because I mean, such a massive part of building bikes is about talking to and referencing and working with customers, seeing what's interesting, seeing what new components they're building for, seeing what, because if it was just me building for myself all the time, I would be doing fucking 7-speed mechanical gears with a BSA bottom bracket. And people just don't want that generally.
Yeah.
So
it's a good opportunity for you to see what's changed.
Yes. And also get some difference in our kind of workflow.
Yeah.
So much of running a small business like this, I mean, we're not doing it for the money, because there isn't any. We're doing it because we're interested in making stuff, and we're interested in making bikes, and interested in, you know, that kind of, all of those processes tend to involve being interested in people riding bikes. I mean, I'm not just interested in myself riding a bike. So it's cool to see what projects there are and what people want to do and what they want to come out with. It's nice.
This is probably as good a time as ever to stop you for just a second to say, I'm going to be building this bike over the next couple of weeks, and I could do with some sticker sales so I can buy some parts. No pressure, but I've still got a load of these. I've got some of the bootleg stickers. I had some extras of a few of the favourite ones. So there's the L&B ones, there's also the KFC one with my face, and a couple of others. Plus, I've restocked a load of things. So if you're interested in some stickers at the moment, spray.bike.com is the place to go, and it would really help me build this bike. Thanks.
All good.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Do you want these chopped off?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I left them on the last one just to annoy people, and it worked. Everybody was like, "Why would you do that?" I'm like, "That's why." It never gets old recording when you do that part. Always looks fun on camera.
The only reason I come to work.
Yeah.
Can that look nice for you?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
This is usually the part of the video where I say, oh, there we go, we're all done, let's go and look at it. There's not a lot to look at the moment because it's just a frame, but the work that's been done on it is kind of beautiful, so we should go and look at it. So there we have it. We have another frame that is fresh and ready to get some lovely modern breakage on it. Breakage? You know what I'm trying to say. But like I mentioned at the very beginning, there is an opportunity here for you guys to get some as well. Straight off the back, I'm going to say this is only going to be for the UK followers for now, just because shipping and stuff is insane. But my plan is you can ship me your frame. We will get some tabs put on your bike and bosses and stuff for cable routing and stuff like that, and then we will send it back to you. Simple as that. I'm going to become your middleman to Steyr, and they're going to help you put this tabs on your bike. Simple as that. The plan is to have this up and running on our website this week. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, I would definitely go on there and follow me on Instagram. There's a few things I need to sort out, some kind of rules and stuff, like the actual frame itself. Currently, the first batch that we're going to be doing of this, there won't be any kind of like paint or lacquer and stuff like that. It will come back like this frame looks at the moment, where it is just kind of like raw and burnt, which if you and me or Toasty Rides also was very impressed with the burntness. It looks kind of cool, doesn't it? So potentially that's all you want anyway, but for now it's going to be a case of getting the bosses and the tabs put on, burnt up, and then you can lacquer it, paint it, whatever you want to do yourself. So if this is something you're interested in, do comment below. I'm going to try and get this up on my website this week. The first batch, I'm only going to do maybe 5 or 10 frames, and the kind of the how-to and stuff I'll put on my Instagram within the week. So stay tuned. This is a very new kind of project, an idea that I'm working on, and this is completely thanks to Sam and the guys over at Steyr. If it wasn't for them, this wouldn't be something I could offer. So you can stop asking me where you can go to get your tabs, because it'll be on my website soon. They also, if anybody's interested in their frame building courses, I believe at the time of making this, they did put on their story yesterday or today that there is a space that's opened up on one of their courses. So potentially, if you're really keen, you want to do it right now, that might be an opportunity. But I know that they're fully booked for most of this year through the summer right now. But you can go on their website, check out there's a page about their courses, loads more details on it, and there's also a mailing list so you can get involved and keep up to date with their courses that get released. But I think that's it. That's the end of the video for now. If you want to see this bike being built, I definitely would say it's a good time to be subscribed to the channel. And can you remember I said about 3 or 4 times at the beginning there's a secret project coming with Steyr as well, so there's lots of bike stuff coming. So that's the button to press, that's the subscribe button. Do that now, and then once you've done that and you can't wait till the next video, that one there is a particularly good one.